Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Good morning. This is your home girl. Yeah, Barbosa 914, West of the County, New York. We are definitely in the motherfucking house. Link is pinned for anyone that wants to come up and have a conversation. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. It is what the fuck it is. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their weekend. I hope everyone enjoyed their Father's Day. As you can see on my title, it's the words of Swahili. It's a Swahili phrase. Karibu ni umbani. Karibu ni umbani. But let's get serious. Let's get serious. My real message is Karibu katika maisha yangu. Karibu katika maisha yangu. It is what the fuck it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. We had a wonderful weekend on these YouTube streets. Thanks to Vince the Sniper doing his videos. Shout out to Vince the Sniper. Shout out to you. Shout out to the people that was on your panel. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to the chat that was there. Shout out to all of you. I'm going to be honest in this video. I'm going to be honest about my opinion, my feelings about True Essence. Now, True Essence was a moderator for KB, Damn D. She was on the side of the Quamites for quite a long time. Shout out to the chat. Now, she's no longer a moderator with Damn D. And she's probably falling out with KB as we speak. But realize, ma'am, you are standing on the shoulders of women that came before you. Women that fought against KB, women that stood with KB. You are standing on the shoulders of Queen Regina. You are standing on the shoulders of Sister T. You are standing on the shoulders of Moonlight. You are standing on the shoulders of Brown Skin Lady. You are standing on the shoulders of Empress Lonnie One Love. Shout out to the chat. All these women I just mentioned are powerful entities in the sector of YouTube. Powerful entities. Thank you for coming in, Big Hen. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to you. Good morning. Powerful entities, whether they be villain or not, whether they stood with KB back in the days of these YouTube streets or not. Shout out to the chat. The rabbits became the rabbits because they disagreed with the bullshit KB was doing. They became the rabbits. They left. They formulated their own group. They found their own home. Shout out to the chat. I take my hat off to anyone that leaves KB. Anyone that leaves the Quamites. I take my hat off to you. I am Arabia Barbosa. The BT 1000, the only original BT 1000 left. I am the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. I am Lucy the Vampire in spirit. I am the German Shepherd in the goddamn room. Shout out to Thick Cut for doing his music drops on me years ago. Thank you for doing it. Thank you. Because you said stuff in those music drops I could probably never say in a 6-hour video. This is not going to be 6 hours, but it's going to be long enough for me to get my message out, for me to talk my ish, for me to be me. Shout out to the chat. I'm not perfect. I'm not God Almighty. I'm a villain on these YouTube streets. If anyone knows if I, Arabia Barbosa, was the villain, yes. I have been the villain and I have been a friend on these YouTube streets over 4 years now. I came to YouTube in 2013 under Soda Nation, under Tommy Sotomayor. And I disagreed with him plenty of times. But I used to listen to him because he used to talk about the BT 1000. He used to talk about how the BT 1000 is created. She's not born, she's created. Shout out to the chat. That's who I became. Way before I was 14 years old, way before I went to the fucking penitentiary. And I don't mean no harm. A lot of times when I get debit cards or anything like that, I always use my South Carolina Department Correction number. Shout out to the chat. I was inmate 22-16-44. I sat in fucking prison from 1995 all the way to 2001. I maxed out. I was never on parole. Never on parole. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. It is what the fuck it is. And I am learning both Spanish and Swahili. Spanish and Swahili are two languages I have been focused on for quite some time. And if you don't understand that, I'm going to say to you, lo siento, no es culpa, es mío. Estoy aquí, donde nunca se pasó. Estoy aquí, donde nada nunca se pasó. Las comidas están listas para ti. Yo tengo una pregunta para ti. ¿Dónde está mi paraguas? ¿Dónde está mis guantes? ¿Dónde está mis lentes? ¿Dónde está everything? But my heart was broken years ago. Mi corazón estaba roto. Broken years ago, way before I came to YouTube, way before I went to any social media platform. I was a simple, innocent child, and everyone used me back in my young days. Used me as being a babysitter, as being a companion. So as I got older, that's what I became, a companion to those that were companionless, those that divorced their true lives to be with me. Arabia Barbosa. I paid the motel bills, I paid the food bills, I paid whatever I had to pay to ensure the safety of my people, to ensure the safety of my crew. When they wanted beers, I bought beers. When they wanted cigarettes, I bought cigarettes. When they wanted to go to the motel or hotel, I paid that. I paid the food bill. Then here come Birdman, my biggest friend and my biggest rival. It can happen overnight. It can happen. He's no longer with us. He passed away in February. I still got his obituary in my house. I look at that picture every now and then. I talk to Birdman, just like the way I did in real life. And I remember asking him the question, Birdman, how did we survive being homeless? We went to the motels. We worked our day jobs. We collected money. But I never understood how we was able to survive. And we had to survive. And I sacrificed a lot of my time. 8 years gone. I can never get the 8 years back. I met Birdman when I was in my mid-40s. My body started changing then. I started going through menopause then. Shout out to the chat. And then during the pandemic, I gained the weight. I gained it. Now it's hard to shed the weight. It's hard. But I got to continue to do it. I got to continue to do it. Shout out to my support team. Shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to those that come into the chat. I celebrate you. I thank you for your view. Thank you. I know you have other things to do today. You catch the replay. I have it up. I'm not taking down this video. A lot of people on this app want me to shut the fuck up. It's going to be impossible. I wanted to retire around my birthday. The retirement could not happen. I would still have to be here. And I wanted a voice. So I created this channel. Shout out to the chat. My core supporters know who they are. My support team know who they are. They don't agree with me 24/7. Oh no, that don't happen. If something they disagree with, trust me, they're able to get in touch with me and let me know. Look, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with that. I understand this. I understand that. But Arabia, let's get it together. At least I can say to my support team, they are honest with me. And a lot of YouTube creators in this sector don't have a true support team. They call their support team administration. They call their support team this and that. Administration, that sounds like a penitentiary word. That's what that sounds like. But do they know the words of control your movement? Do they know that? Do they know the words of strip search? Do they know the words of sheep program? Do they know the words of canteen or commissary? Or do they know the words maintain the floor? Maintain the floor. Shout out to the chat. I'm not perfect. I'm not no angel. Never said I was, and I will never be that. I'm just going to be me. I have to be me, because if I stop being me, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to me? What's going to happen? If something was to happen to me, being in this house, you know, nobody would find the body for quite some time. Nobody will be able to find me. I don't gotta go to New York to die. I ain't gotta go to Virginia to die. I could die right here in South Carolina and nobody would know. The only ones that would be concerned is the people I work with. Oh, we ain't seen Ray. Where Ray at? The only one that had the power to call this house, to come to this house regular, was Birdman. My other relatives, they know where I live. They understand my phone number very well. But they don't call me like that. They don't. Shout out to the chat. And that's a reality for me. I did that. I built wedges, walls, where nobody else could get in. Birdman, he was in the wall. He crawled out the wall. What happened? He passed away. Now we got this fucking president. President Trump, the most racist president I have ever seen in my lifetime. And I've been on this earth 52 years. 52 years. Shout out to that. Shout out to the ones that did come in. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea right now, but I'm going to tell my story. And I see certain women on YouTube thinking that they are going up against KB. KB has been here on YouTube ever since I've known, since 2021. That was the same year Tommy Sotomayor disappeared off of YouTube. Shout out to the chat. In 2017, Hassan Campbell came to these YouTube streets. Shout out to him. Bronx, New York native. Shout out to all the New York native niggas. Us. More than 5 generation New Yorker. 5 generations. 5 fucking generations. And been generation after generation after generation of domestic violence. Generation of child abandonment, child neglect. That's how me and my brother ended up in the system. That's how my other siblings ended up in the system, because the mother was not a mother and she's a Geechee Gula. A lot of people on this app, they're so proud of being Geechee Gulas. Well, you got to look deep in your community and how, and you can see the degradation, the destruction of the family unit. And I don't mean no harm. Yesterday was Father's Day. And I seen a lot of men that said that they are fathers was on this app all day, all fucking night, talking about fucking nothing, laughing on their panels. Look at my post about the Lion King and how his 4 little children was out there trying to spend time with him. And what did he do? He kept running. That's what a lot of men do. They run from their responsibilities. They run from paying child support. They run from connecting with their children. They rather connect with a computer or their job than connect with their own fucking children. And that's a reality. That's real. I'm not telling no fucking lies. I'm telling the goddamn truth. They know it and I know it. Vince is not a father. He's a husband. So after a certain time, he cut off the video. He'll see us later. Shout out to Vince the Sniper. Shout out to Vince the Sniper. But I seen other men not spending time with their children. You got children, go spend time with them. Lonnie, the Empress Lonnie One Love, just recently revealed, she been revealed it a few months ago, that she's a grandmother. Her life, she's not gonna change who the fuck she is. She's gonna be Lonnie. Lonnie wouldn't be Lonnie if Lonnie didn't stay Lonnie. A lot of people disagree with her. A lot of people want to fuck with her. A lot of people want to talk shit about her. I remember when me and Lonnie used to go back and forth on these YouTube streets. It was World War III on these YouTube streets between me and her. But what happened? The war had to end. The war had to be concluded. Because we both realized we couldn't keep fighting each other. We couldn't keep tearing each other down. And I don't mean no harm. She did a lot of hitting under the belt. Talked about my childhood. Talked about how I don't have no children. Talked about how I don't have no grandchildren. And she's right. I don't have any of those blessings. But those of you that have those blessings, what the fuck you gonna do with it? But sit on social media all day, sit on a job all day, run up and down the street in your fucking car, talking shit to people when you get ready. I don't know how many times this YouTube app collided with my own personal life. But it happened. Shout out to the chat. I'm not perfect. I'm not God Almighty. I hope everyone can hear me, because I'm only going to say this one time. I am Arabia Barbosa. I am the BT 1000. I am the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. A lot of people say, well, Ray, what do you mean about the Jeeper Creeper? I'm going to tell you what I mean about that. Every life situation I go into, whether it be on social media or in real life, I take something from that. I eat that. That becomes a part of me. Whatever I can use becomes a part of me. It becomes a part of me. It never leaves. It never dies until certain injuries are happening again. Then I have to re-eat. I have to eat again. Just like how you fix meals in your house, that's what I have to do in real life and on social media. It's never going to end as long as I'm breathing. As long as I'm 6 feet above ground and I have dug ditches, I have dug graves for fucking living. I have dug graves for fucking living. I have dug ditches for fucking living. I have went out there and did traffic control for fucking living. I did construction labor cleanup for fucking living. I did janitorial for fucking living. Warehouse for fucking living. Cleaning dishes for fucking living. Being a deep grill cook. A line cook. A fucking living. I did it all in 52 years. I was stagnated when I went to fucking prison in 1994. But even in then, even being there, and I remember that day, me and my roommate got into that tussle. And I took a dustpan. That's when prison was different then. I took a dustpan and swiped her fucking face. Broke her fucking nose. 2 officers came in to break up the fight. Sergeant Smith Sergeant Osborne, and in the melee, Sergeant Osborne claimed to the day I maxed out that I had kicked her, that I had physically assaulted this bitch. They gave me 18 months in the SHE program. I did 3 years and 9 months. Why? Because I was suffering from a mental illness. I became combative. I became unruly. I used to go onto the rec field and strip out of my clothes and climb onto the fence. I would urinate. Somebody fuck with me, you're a correctional officer, I'm going to urinate in front of you. I don't care if I was in clothes or not. I remember taking menstruation blood and throwing it at them. I remember them extracting me from different cells on the SMU unit. I remember the women that screamed all night. I remember, haven't forgotten of one goddamn thing. Shout out to the chat. And when the link, you want to talk? I think not. I'm the most savage of all the females in the sector. People complain about Sister T, Queen Regina. They complain about brown skinned lady, Moonlight. They complain about True Essence. They complain about Mercy T. They complain about Soulfly. I'm the real savage. Not those women. None of those women. They talk about how Lonnie liked to go to the bar and drink her beers and dance to the music. So what? Long as she don't get in that car drunk and drive home. Long as she don't do that. Because it's a crime to get in your car and to operate it if you're drunk. It's illegal. And a lot of states, it's mandatory sentence of 8 years for drunk driving. Vehicular manslaughter is 8 years in certain states. That's what it is. If you get into a car accident or anybody dies, you're liable to get an 8-year sentence in certain states. Not all states, certain states. I remember a few years ago, I was sitting in my apartment in Yonkers, New York, 24/7 from 2005 all to 2000. I remember I've been 30 that year. Even my younger sister calling. We talk to each other on the phone, but it's a distant relationship. It will never be the same again. Sometimes when we hear each other's voice, that's what we think about. Not only was I traumatized as a child, they too suffered certain injustices. When I disappeared into the prison. That phrase. Shout out to Queen Medina. I shout out to Sis and everybody else that keep it going. Shout out to all of you. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for sitting with me and revisiting everything. So it is what it is. Thank you for coming in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do not let what I say disturb your spirit or soul. Okay. Hey, Tamika. Good morning, Tamika. Can you hear me? Tamika, I'm getting ready to end this video, but I thank you for. I thank everyone for coming in. Everyone for coming in, even those that didn't type in into the chat. I thank everyone for coming in. But Tamika, I'm gonna tell you something. You was right, baby girl. You was right what you said over a year ago. And every time I go to a fucking job, I'm always reminded. But I'm not gonna be a slave on nobody's job. I'm not gonna do a whole lot of heavy lifting. I'm not gonna be in somebody's freezer. I'm not gonna do no traffic control. So my job skills for right now is limited to doing other things. Construction cleanup, a restaurant, dishwashing or whatever. Housekeeping, janitorial, where it's limited now. And I don't care. I'm ready to fucking retire. You know that? I'm fucking ready to fucking retire. I'm too young. I could put in early for it. I could put in early for it. Mm-hmm. To make, I take care of my body, but you know. I let myself go. I gotta lose this weight. The doctor said it's too much weight on my heart. Too much weight. Mm-hmm. I told that years ago. We're still in South Carolina, and we out of here. Peace out, everyone. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Shout out the motherfucking chat. Peace. Just your phone went out. Mm-hmm. If I was sitting there, though.